This is, I believe, a Showy Orchis. Absolutely stunning. They are one of the most beautiful, and usually they're a darker pink than this, but they're here in the bog mat with the other things. So the one that I was looking at before is a pitcher plant, and that is here. And I'll back off. You can kind of see the one on the left there, those little hairs and that pattern. It's made to look like animal skin so that flies, when they think they're landing on the back of a cow or the back of a deer, are actually landing on the edge here, and those barbs or those hairs are aimed downward. So the insect can't crawl upward, and every time it does, it gets jabbed, which its nervous system says freak out and drop. So it drops a little farther and a little farther and down. And the base of that is an enzyme that breaks down protein. And these plants have liquid sitting in them, which digests and feeds it slowly so that it's a very healthy being. Pitcher plant, see that one's full actually. It's really cool. And you can see those hairs, they look sort of whitish. Just blow that up. It's cool as shit. And back there we have a flower. It was like, oh, what's that? Oh my gosh. Everything, look at that, is freaking beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that. So there's a pitcher plant, and there is a seed pod. Clearly, it's going to reproduce, and I will check back on this in time and see what happens with that, as well as, I mean, there are other ones in here too. Go on, Boone, go. Out in front. Out in front. Oh, the environment here is really gorgeous. Go. Out, go, go, go. Out in front. Out in front, baby. Out in front. I don't want to go there. There are these things that are buzzing me and biting me. I know, Boona. Come, come. Heel. I haven't been out here for a while. The path is kind of falling apart. This path goes right onto this little hammock here. I call it a hammock because it's an area which is on one side it's very low, and then it rises up. It's got trees in it, and then it comes down again. So the path circles around that. And here we're looking at really dense bog mat. So walking all over this, and it's been damaged to like crazy, but this is a good spot to find not only pitcher plants, but there are sundews here as well. Bog mat is fragile. It is. Oh, oh, I wish she was here with me. I wish she was here. Oh. All good. All good. We are where we are for a reason. I'm looking back there and I'm seeing them, and I'm seeing them here too. They're all over the place. So if you ever do want to walk on a bog mat, a really good thing to get is snowshoes, and put a Gore-Tex cover on them so that the bog or whatever doesn't actually probably netting is better than a flat surface, because a flat surface can mash. But walk slowly and carefully. I'll detail that another time. I haven't thought about that for a while. Look at these seed heads though, they're freaking beautiful. See them here and the ones farther off of the pitcher plant. And I don't know what those are. They look like ragged robin, but they're something else. I don't know bog plants that well because I don't spend a lot of time in that environment, mostly due to the living conditions. My body doesn't do well with that sort of elevation. There it is. Body. My head doesn't do well with that elevation. Headaches, migraines, and auditory disturbances. I have a few things that I'm coping with medically in my life. I've been coping with them. I've been dealing with them, and I'm trying to change how I interact with those things. One is that I have an ingrown toenail on my left side, which I'm convinced if I talk to it kindly and lovingly that it will stop growing that way. We're focused on a dynamic right now where it's sharing information with me, and I'm telling it what to do, and it doesn't listen to demands, and nature doesn't listen to demands. Your partner won't listen to demands. This kind of way of presenting yourself in the world doesn't work if you push yourself into things. If you present an idea as this is the way it is. Some people are willing to accept that, but only if it's about you. If you say I first, this is how I live, this is how I work, this is how I am, and I'm not putting that on anyone else. You can take it or you can leave it, your choice. But I am respecting it in myself, and this is the way I live. I recently ran across two pieces of literature. One was online, and the other one was a quote in a book. And those influenced me a little bit. Mushrooms influenced me a little bit, or microdose influenced me a little bit. I don't believe I need to do any more than about a tenth of a psilocybin mushroom. There are 41 species, or psilocybin, or psilocybin. It's more like psilocybin. Latin names, and I'm sorry to Paul, I've mispronounced Latin names as American names. The key, though, is that it needs to be spelled out, to be seen more than heard. So if I can't pronounce it correctly, that's okay for now, but I clearly identifying the mushroom or the plant or whatnot is much more important. The rippling out, though, what I was speaking to is that there are many things that I wasn't doing or wasn't looking at, patterns that I was in, that were challenging to witness, challenging to be around, challenging to be with, especially in myself, because I wanted to change them and I didn't know what to do, and I still don't know what to do. I mean, I have a pretty good idea. It just means looking at things from another perspective and not putting myself out anywhere. Asking. Always ask, so it comes back around. If you're coming at your partner with, this is what I'm doing, I've changed, you're not saying anything to them. They don't get you. Change comes from the inside, and it's not something you see on a regular basis. But when you're given an opportunity, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing that thing that I always did. And I can see that really clearly right now. I'm sorry, and the way I'm going to change that is recognizing it right now. It's the pattern that asks me to reach out, to help without any warrant. You're not asking for help. I'm helping you, but I'm not helping you. I'm helping myself. And in that, I'm not helping myself. It's because I'm trying to get something. And from a very young age, for me, it was 2.5, about. But for most people, it's somewhere between the ages of when they're born and 7 years old. There's a significant imprint. I mean, think about it. There's that spiritual belief that every 7 years your body changes. Well, every 7 years you have an opportunity to change things and you go through cycles, but every 7 years you repeat the cycle, the imprint of what happened with your family in that time. When you were born, do you remember it? Do you remember after you were born, what significant happened? Do you remember anything from that time? All of those things that happened during that time, significant or insignificant, what you recognized and realized, you took that with you as a pattern ingrained on your brain at that age. This is how I am. This is how I am going to be. And this is going to help me because this is what I'm learning. Our brains are able to be repatterned and reworked. And I know that, and so that was one of the things that I took into the lesson. I knew that I needed to push that lesson on myself to open a channel into a different place in my head, in my mind. And I knew that there were several things. One, I needed ritual. Another is that I needed to ground myself. I needed to clear space in my dwelling, in my vehicle, in my schedule, in everything that I was doing. I needed a space for me to do what I needed to do, and given the freedom to do that. And when I did that, I felt a great sense of, oh, that's what I needed, the containment. I needed that space. I needed that created for me so that I could be in it and claim it as mine. That was another thing. Keeping in mind also, tiger heart, tiger mind, that we are each and every one of us in charge of our own destiny and our own calling. And when we dream it and it comes as a vision or a quest, if we don't follow it, then what are we following? Someone else's dreams. Yes, we all have to make money, and you know, we have to do all those things. Those other things come when you follow your dreams. It's not like, well, I need to make money also, and this is the reality. Pause. Who are you working for? What are you getting from it? How is it your thing? And also, how is it feeding you? Or is it feeding you? Are you serving it, or is it serving you? Who's in control? Who pays the bills there? And are you just getting by there? Is it really working for you? So all of my life, I had to deal with poop because that was my choice. But like Luna, you bury the poop and you move on. Luna.